Hey, what's good, awesome people? How has your week been doing so far? I hope it has been a productive and enjoyable week for you. At Q4 2020, Scrum will have its 25th anniversary, and the new Scrum Guide will be released soon by Ken Schwaber and Jeff Sutherland. This is exciting news for the whole Scrum community. We do have to acknowledge that in the past 25 years, during Scrum existence in the market, Scrum has shaped the industry and has changed the way many companies work and deliver products to the market. While I do acknowledge many companies out there until today still use Scrum wrongly, that is as a mini waterfall, and that has caused the life of many people out there become more miserable and made the quality of the product even worse. Some companies that use Scrum correctly has made the employees take more ownership of the product, the employees are more proud with the product they develop, and that has improved the quality of the product, and that has made the company become more competitive in the market. Just like how Scrum has changed the life of many people and has changed the way companies work, Scrum has also changed my life. So to celebrate Scrum 25th anniversary, I'm going to share with you in today's video how I found Scrum and how Scrum has impacted my professional life and has been a turning point in my career life. So don't go anywhere folks, I'll be back right after this. My story with Scrum started in 2008. After I graduated from university, I worked in a company where the managers cajoled the developers to work until midnight and also during the weekend. So back then, I questioned myself, could there possibly be a more humane way to work in software development? So I searched for the answer and discovered a book titled The Enterprise and Scrum, authored by Ken Schwaber. I learned a lot of things about using Scrum in a large-scale enterprise from this book. In 2009, I moved to another company, and in 2010, I went for a Scrum Master certification training because of this book. I had a lot of fun during the training because there were a lot of games during the training. But I did not find a strong message from the training that I could bring to convince my managers to use Scrum as a whole in the company. So back then, our team tried to use Scrum in bits and pieces, but I think it was more like a mechanical Scrum. During the end of 2011, I read another Scrum book authored by the two Scrum co-founders, Ken Schwaber and Jeff Sutherland, titled Software in 30 Days. I was really inspired with some of the messages in the book, especially the ones about humanizing software development. Around May 2012, I decided that I wanted to get trained directly by Ken Schwaber himself and listen to him explain what Scrum is about through the professional Scrum Master training from Scrum.org. Two messages that I took away from his training was, besides sticking to the values and principles to create a more humane workplaces for software developers to work, I was also inspired by how he told us to have courage to be transparent and to have integrity in software development. Back then, he told us that the software development industry is full of sugarcoating and lack of transparency. Not only there are people who manipulate estimates by adding buffers, but there are also people who cut corners and add technical debt in the product so that they can meet all of the project iron triangle, time, scope, and budget. In fact, some of us can still see this happening today in our workplace. At that time, my mind went exploded and I became fired up to bring changes to the industry. The Scrum that I learned from Ken Schwaber was beyond my expectation. Ever since, I kept on advocating the two messages that were taught to me by Ken Schwaber in that class to as many people as I possibly can. And after that time, Scrum has been a turning point in my professional life, mainly because of the Scrum values and principles that were taught to me by Ken Schwaber. Sadly though, if we look around the industry, many people who did not attend the Scrum training from the right trainer will only learn about the Scrum mechanics, and oftentimes it's lacking of essence. Throughout these years, I've also met many awesome mentors, such as Hunter Verheyen, Steve Potter, Daphne Harris, who are all passionate to help me unleash the very best of me. I also try to do the same and mentor as many people to understand the Scrum values and principles as I possibly can. Throughout these years, I've seen many of my mentees who are driven to humanize workplaces. Seeing many of my mentees driven to humanize workplaces really motivates me. So, this was a short story about my journey with Scrum so far. Do you have any story with Scrum? Has Scrum impacted your life? Or maybe the life of others around you, like your colleagues at your workplace? Have you met any awesome mentors who have introduced you to Scrum values and principles and emphasized that more over the Scrum mechanic? If so, don't forget to share your story in forms of video like this one on social media and post it with hashtag Scrum25th to inspire more people about a better way of working and a better way of delivering products to the market. Let's do this together, folks. Looking forward to hearing your stories on social media. See you until my next video. Until then, stay safe and Scrum on, folks.